Now to a KOIN 6 News investigation. What if we told you that inside a popular store in many Oregon malls, sex toys and bondage gear were being sold in plain sight to kids, teenagers, families? Our investigative team found this happening all over Oregon.
And the kicker here, it's perfectly legal. KOIN 6 investigator Carla Castaño shows us what she uncovered.
Jeff and Ann, we're talking about Spencer's Gifts. We spent the last few months investigating. We went into 3 stores with undercover cameras. We found all sorts of adult sex toys being sold in plain sight. Parents I talked with are outraged, and when we showed lawmakers what we found, they told me they want things to change. Beer bongs and flasks, an image of a woman's bare rear end, phallic pins, porn director hats, blow-up dolls, small to big to ethnic and elderly, all gag gifts sold at Spencer's Gifts in Lloyd Center. The store is known for selling things like this, but now it's gone much further. These are rows and rows of sex toys, so risque we've had to blur everything on this wall, and no walls to separate the children from adults. When parents drop off their kids at the mall, do you think that they have any idea that they're going to be seeing this kind of stuff?
No, I would never. I didn't even know that they were doing it. I mean, I haven't been in Spencer's. It's not one of the stores I shop in, but I would never know that that's what they started providing. I checked, and it's not just the Spencer's at Lloyd Center. The Spencer's at Washington Square Mall had plenty of bright-colored sex toys. We also found a huge assortment of the adult items for sale at the Clackamas Town Center Spencer's. I found there are 6 Spencer's Gifts carrying the products in Oregon, all at malls. I asked the clerk at the Spencer's in Clackamas if there were any age requirements for selling the sex toys to kids. She told me no. That didn't sit well with parents I spoke with. They say it's up to the clerk's discretion on who they sell this to, but they try not to judge. How can they judge? How can an 18-year-old judge how old somebody is?
They say that they don't have to ask for ID, but they try not to sell the young teens.
Wrong. Shouldn't be allowed. I checked in with adult stores in the area. They have signs posted on their doors saying you need to be 18 years old to enter, and they require photo ID. I contacted Spencer's Gifts LLC Vice President and General Counsel Kevin Mahoney out of New Jersey and asked him to explain why Spencer's was selling sex toys in our area malls. Here in Oregon, most of the other stores that carry bondage gear and a lot of the other sex toys, they have to be 18.
Because those stores carry pornographic or obscene material and therefore are restricted by law.
But within the Oregon law, Spencer's has several shades of gray to work with. While the statute displaying obscene materials to minors applies to businesses showing any picture or photo that depicts nudity, sexual conduct, sexual excitement, or sadomasochistic abuse, I checked and nowhere in the law are sexual devices listed. So what is obscene material exactly? A colorful mini rope sampler with pictures showing a woman tied up and gagged with the rope? Or psych ward wrist constraints? What about personal massagers that glow in the dark or that flash off and on, and in panther print too? Right next to the schoolgirl skirts, moms tell me an obvious appeal to young people.
I think it's really inappropriate.
I took our video to the state capitol to Representative Andy Olson. He has worked on stiffening Oregon's law on sexually explicit materials in the past. He was astounded by what I showed him. There's a door swing. There's a restraint system. Dozens of items, all available for purchase by teens, and it's perfectly legal in Oregon.
I have no idea what that is.
Hot love. Representative Olson was so overwhelmed he stopped to take notes and read through the law on displaying obscene materials to minors, not once, but twice. He even had Deputy Legislative Counsel Jessica Minifee double-check, and indeed the sales appear to be legal. Do you think that the Oregon law currently goes far enough as far as protecting kids from these kind of items?
The way I read the law, no, I don't think so.
The packaging for the sex toys shows silhouettes of women's bodies. There's a poster with these 2 lovers naked, but blocked out in all the right places.
The idea is, it has sexual conduct and it depicts nudity, it has sexual excitement.
Representative Olson believes Spencer's has figured out a way to stride pretty close to the legal line. Now, after what I found, he plans to expand Oregon Revised Statute 167080.
Do you think you can get support on both sides of the aisle?
Oh, absolutely. I do believe that you'll see some major support with this. If I were to take that same video that you just showed us with the other 89 legislators in this building, I think you would see some serious concern.
He tells me he will be proposing a new bill this upcoming session to crack down on the sales of sexually explicit items to teens.
I really appreciate you sharing that with me.
A relief to the parents we met.
They have adult stores for a reason, and they shouldn't just make it accessible to teenagers walking through a mall.
Ultimately, the state legislature will have to determine whether or not sexual devices are obscene. Spencer's also told me they carry the items in the back of the stores and have posted signs saying they carry adult content. As for the malls, all of the 6 in Oregon either declined to comment or referred me back to Spencer's. Jeff and Ann.
Thank you, Carla. Now, Carla checked, and there are 14 Spencer's gifts in Washington State. They also carry those sex toys and bondage gear. Also, if you have a story that you want our investigators to look into, call our tip line. Here it is, 503-464-0861, or you can send us an email. Just send it to report@koin.com.